Okay, so apparently I'm live on Facebook, and we'll see if anybody else joins me on Facebook. I don't see that anybody's on here, but I do see you, Heather. So let's see. Let's, just when I get the hang of all this, they decide to change everything. So let's see. Okay, I don't know if anybody on Instagram can see me. I just started the live podcast. So if you guys want to join me, that's cool. Okay, so Heather, it's just me and you. So hi back. And I just realized I can actually hear the keys tapping as I'm doing this, which is not really fun. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to do a story. Hey guys, it's Brooke. The live podcast has started. Join me on Podbean or YouTube. The Podbean link is in my description. Excuse me, in my profile. So I'll see you guys over there. Okay, let's see. Cheeky Bugger just entered the live studio. Hi, Cheeky. It's nice to see you. Hey guys, it's Brooke. Cheeky, what is your first name? Cheeky, can you hear me or no? Let's see. Maybe they can see the. Oh, it's Florence. Hi, Florence. I'm glad you're able to get on. That's good. I'm glad my video on YouTube helped you, because I definitely want everybody to participate. So, Cheeky Bugger. Okay, that's an interesting username for all your stuff. So, ladies, while I'm waiting for everybody to come on, I'm just going to do a little intro while we're waiting. So. Hi, everybody. This is Brooke, and you are listening, or perhaps you're watching the Garden Party, which is the live call-in show portion of the Vintage Gardener podcast. And so for those of you who are joining me for the first time, usually the podcast is more of a lecture series on gardening topics. But, a lot of the gardening topics tend to be really scientific. And so watching me just talk about science is extraordinarily boring. And so I thought it'd be more interesting if you could watch it, or listen to it like a radio show, so you can download it. Cheeky Bugger, we are going to be able to talk. I'm just doing the intro first, and then you'll be able to call in. So you will be able to call in when I start taking calls, and you can actually talk. Okay. So I thought it'd be more interesting with gardening topics if you just listen to it like a radio show. And I started the live portion so you guys can call in, ask questions, and also if I'm interviewing other people, you can call in and ask the other person questions. So for those of you who don't regularly listen on the podcast, first off, please subscribe. And the other thing is that over the past couple of episodes, I've been doing my year-end review of my 2021 garden. So since I planted close to 100 varieties of plants, 95% of which I grew from seed, and some of them are really hard to find varieties, I'm doing a review of all the plants. So it's like plant specific, like plant by plant. And so that's going to take a few weeks, but that's fine because a lot of things I'm growing, there really isn't a lot of information on how well they do in the garden. So thus far, I've reviewed all of the 7 varieties of the sunflowers I've grown, and I've also reviewed the 10 plus varieties of sweet pea. So next week, if you guys are interested, I'll be doing a review of the heirloom mums that I got from Bluestone Perennial. So now that we got that out of the way, let's do some housekeeping for the show. So just so you know, there is a hard time limit on Podbean of 2 hours. They will literally kick everyone out of the studio promptly at 10 o'clock. So if that happens, it's nothing personal. I didn't do it. That's just what happens. I would imagine there's probably like a time limit on YouTube. I don't know what that is. We'll find out tonight. And then the other one, number 2, although I'm going to try to monitor comments on both YouTube and Podbean, if you definitely want to be heard or get your comment heard, please, especially if you're on YouTube, use the link to follow me to Podbean so you can participate. You can use your Facebook credentials to log on. And then let's see. Number 4, keep it clean. No cuss words, people, because this is going to affect my the algorithm. So please, gosh, golly, darn, fiddlesticks, caboose, whiskey, tango, foxtrot. I think you guys get the point. So number 5, when you call in, I want to know what's your favorite annual this past year. What was your favorite perennial? What was your favorite shrub, either a regular evergreen or a flowering shrub? Tell me if you had a favorite tree this year. And number 5, give me a topic for the next call-in show. So now we're going to take calls. So Heather, I know you know how to call in. Now, Florence, I know this is your first time joining me, so there should be a button on your phone that will allow you to call in. Oh, okay, so Heather is calling in. So Heather, okay. Okay, Heather, you're connected. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. And it actually is, I think it's actually telling me your name today, which is a little, because I know the last time, I think it gave you.
Last time it was like my email address, and I'm just like, why isn't it's not coming up?
Okay, so Heather, what was your favorite annual, if you had one from this past year?
We actually didn't do any annuals this year, did we? We only just had our perennials.
Okay, so what was your favorite perennial?
Oh, sunflowers. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what did your husband say? Hello? Heather, did we lose you? Uh-oh. Florence, can you hear me? Oh dear. I think I just lost some call. Oh, okay. So Florence, you can hear me. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think, did Heather mute herself? Okay, Heather, you muted yourself. If you wanna, can you unmute yourself? I don't want to turn you back on. I wasn't sure if you muted yourself for a reason. Because it sounded like you had some stuff going on in the background. Okay, so Florence, were you able to see how to call in? Okay, so I see you. I'm inviting you to call in. Okay, so Florence, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so Florence. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, for Heather, I'm trying to unmute you, Heather. Can you hear me? Oh, Heather, I think it's something on your end. Because I'm trying to unmute you, but it's saying. Okay, there we go. You're back on. Okay, so Florence, what was your favorite annual?
Okay, this year was the first year that I planted dahlias.
Okay.
And dahlia's not an annual. I guess the portulaca, the what's it called? Stone moss?
Yes.
Portulaca. Do you know what it is?
Yes, I do
Yeah.
know. Yes, it's almost like a succulent.
Yes, I like them because there's so many of them that you can fit into a basket and stuff, and you can put them all around everything. And it seems like every day there's a different flower and a different color, and I really really like them.
Yeah, and especially with I didn't grow any this year, but I know in the past when the time I grew them, in hot weather they do just fine.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they thrive in the heat. They really don't like to be wet.
Right. Yes. This would
Yeah,
have been this would have been a perfect summer for them.
yeah.
So where did you get your portulacas?
From a little place in Berlin. I ended up going there because I saw them on one of the Facebook pages,
Hmm.
and they were at the end of the Berlin Mart, up against the fence, next to the porta potties. They just had fenced like tables with all kinds of plants and stuff. So me and my girlfriend went there to check them out, and it turns out that that they were there, just that was their last week that they were there because she had to take care of her parents.
Okay.
So she wasn't going to be there the rest of the summer and stuff. But it's something about like either plant people or people with plants, something like that was the name of the thing. I had never been there before, but she gave me a great deal. I bought a lot of stuff, filled up the truck and stuff. That's where I got the dahlias and the other things and stuff, and my hanging baskets.
Hmm.
So yeah, she gave me a good deal because she was, they were like closing up shop. So
Right.
it was very, 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 very nice.
Okay. So you said your favorite perennial or dahlias. Is there do you was there a particular type of dahlia? Did you know the name of it, or is just
I don't know the name of it, but my God, they were purple and they looked like spikes.
okay?
They curled like spikes,
Hmm.
and the plants were like 4 feet tall. I put them in big because they were like falling over when I got them. They were like 2 feet tall. I bought them there too,
Right.
and and they were huge. They were huge, and they just kept on blooming and blooming. They're still out there, but now I got to cut them down. And I think she said that I could save those roots. They should have like tubers underneath of them.
Yeah, so when you dig those up, well, first off, if you're gonna dig it, because I've left mine in the ground. Some of them, I think I'm just gonna mulch mine heavily and put like a insulation cone over them. But if you're gonna pull the tubers for the winter, wait until we get like two killing frosts, and then cut the stem back to maybe like 6 inches above the tuber, and make sure when you're digging it up, use like a pitchfork rather than a shovel because I have damaged a number of tubers that way. And then I
Mhm.
think a lot of people store them in crates or like maybe paper, like cardboard boxes with like kitty litter and that sort of thing. You just put them like in a cool place, like 40 to 45 degrees, and then like check them every month or so to make sure they're not drying out. And if they are, just kind of spritz them with water. But I actually left
Mhm.
mine in the ground over the winter last year, and they did just fine. Okay, so so it was purple spikes. It was like a cactus dahlia.
I don't know. I have a picture of it. I could send it to you.
Okay.
I'll send it to you later if you want.
Okay, yeah, good.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, so what was your favorite? Did you have a favorite shrub?
Um, Favorite shrub.
Hmm.
We have a lot of shrubs here in Medford,
Okay.
and um, I have huge crepe myrtle trees in the backyard,
Hmm.
and now I have like 3 or 4 foot crepe myrtle trees all over the yard because they like kind of like the seeds fell and they kind of like grew and stuff.
Right.
So um, they're kind of okay. I'm partial to my citrus tree that I
Okay.
have right near my steps. Um, it was a little tiny thing, and I've recently moved into my uh, what do you call it? Like a child. Uh, this is the home I grew up in. It was the house my parents built.
Okay, your childhood home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a citrus tree that was a little tiny thing that we planted years and years ago. My mom and I each had one, and now, at this house, this one has gotten up to like the gutter, and it's got all these little oranges all over it, and the oranges fall, in between the leaves and stuff, and then all the little, it just rots away, and then there's all the little tiny orange trees from the little orange and stuff. I don't know what kind of orange it is.
You know what?
But it's the cutest thing. I love it.
Right. No, I do. You know what? There is, because most citrus trees are not hardy in the zone, but I know there is a specific one that is hardy, and I'm trying to remember the name of it because I saw it, I think, when I went to Longwood Garden on my birthday, and I'm trying to remember what it was called. And I think it's
this one has spikes, like 2.5, 3 inches long.
On the tree? Forms. On the tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there is. Is it orange? Is it, because I know the whatever one it is, it's kind of more of a sour fruit. I don't think it tastes quite like an orange, but there is one that's hardy to the zone. And I can't remember what it is because somebody was like, "Oh, you should definitely get it," because they were like, especially if you like to make jams, it's a good one for making jams. So I will, I'll look that up and I'll post it to you on Facebook. Okay, and so last but not least, give me an idea for another call-in show.
Another call-in show.
Yes.
God, I don't know. I'll have to think about that and write it down here. I don't know. There's so much that we, talk about and stuff, but well, I don't know. I have to think about it.
Oh, well, that's okay. Because Heather is also on the line. So I'm going to do is I'm going to hang up your call. But if you think of something while she's talking, just call back in and I'll take your call. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Heather, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, was that Mason I heard in the background?
Yeah, he's on the tablet. He was singing along.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can you say hi? No, he's in his own little world right now.
He's just like, I have a tablet. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, so you said sunflowers. Do you know what type of sunflower you had?
Do you remember that name of the sunflowers that we got? We started them as seeds, right? We didn't buy the plants. Yeah, they're a hybrid, so they would be like more disease resistant. Mega zebra sunflower, but they were huge. Like the main part of the sunflower, not like the petals, but like the inner part were the size of dinner plates. They were huge. They were absolutely humongous.
I think I found that a lot of sunflower heads ended up being. Wait, which one did you say it was? It was, what was the name of it again?
What were they called? Mega what? He's looking them up right now. We ordered them off of like a organic gardening place that we found.
Oh, okay. And so what was your favorite perennial?
Actually, I got those off of eBay.
We have tiger lilies.
Okay.
Which came in insanely beautiful this year. And what were the peonies? Yeah, they were purple, pink, and white. We had purple, pink, and white peonies come in this year. Those actually did really, really well. They flowered for a good, I think 3 weeks before they finally started dropping petals.
Oh, so now these peonies that you say were purple. I'm assuming you mean you had individually purple, pink, and white as opposed to it was all in one bush?
Yeah, it was 3 different bushes. They were actually planted. The bulbs were in the yard when we had moved in.
Okay.
They were moved from the front yard or the side yard
right.
to the backyard. We just moved the bulbs 1 year, and so it's 3 different bushes, so 3 different colors. The kind of like a not even a red, like it's like a really deep pink, almost red.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that mammoth sunflower seeds. The sunflowers were mammoth.
Mammoth sunflowers. Okay, I think I've heard of that.
Purple, the like reddish pink ones, and then like white, like I mean snow white peonies, like, and they were so fragrant this year. The whole backyard just smelled like a perfume store.
And so with the purple ones, because was it like, I'm trying to think, was it like a true, like a purple, kind of like an aster type purple, or what?
Kind of like a lighter maroon type of purple.
Oh, okay.
So not like the deep purple you would think with like violets and so forth, or lavender.
Right.
More, like there was a little bit of red in the purple.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So more on the reddish side of being purple, I guess is the best way to put it.
You know, it's always so weird to me because it's like purple is such a relative term, because purple, for example, for example, lavender, as opposed to what's considered to be a purple, a purple peony, or like a purple dahlia, or, or like, for example,
Yeah.
I had like a red, it's like, oh, they've referred something as being like a red agastache, but it's not, but it's more like, it's really not that, it's not like red. Like if I had seen it, I wouldn't describe the flowers as red, but for agastache, that's red. It's just always amazing to me.
Yeah.
How they,
it's like somebody says purple and I'm like, okay, but what color purple? Like, are we talking about like lavender? Are we talking like light purple, dark purple, reddish purple, bluish purple? Like what kind of purple?
Right. And it's just like a purple with respect for a dahlia is different than what would be considered like a purple rose.
You said they're Mongolian what?
Mongolian giant.
Oh, the sunflowers are called Mongolian giants.
Mongolian giants. Okay.
Yes, and they thrive. Every year that we've planted them, they thrive. Like we don't have to do anything with them at all.
And how tall do they get?
8 to 14 feet.
That's really,
they're huge.
Yeah,
the stems are like the size of bamboo sticks, like the width of a bamboo. And they're solid, like they can hold themselves up. Like we've gotten storms and everything, and they just kind of like.
When you say bamboo, are you talking like a bamboo tree, like where it's like 3 inches wide, or are you talking about something skinnier?
Like normal, almost like a, I guess the width of a broomstick.
Okay.
Huh? The stalk, yeah.
The stalk gets about the diameter of a fist. It gets really thick. It's at least
apparently I wasn't paying attention this year. The stalks this year actually got the width of a small fist.
Okay. I was kind of wondering about that.
I know, I'm just like, why doesn't that sound right? He was, yeah. I was mostly tending to like the tomatoes and whatnot this year because whatchamacallit, the fungus that we got and whatnot, I was trying to keep it under control.
Yeah. Well, I know you I know about your tomatoes, that you had a lot of tomatoes. Yeah, my sunflowers did get big as a matter of fact, I had to use when I was taking one out, I actually had to use my hori knife and like saw the stalk down. So did you pull your sunflowers yet?
We didn't pull them. He actually cut them down to the ground, so the stems are still rooted, but we'll end up pulling them out within the next like week or two.
Okay, so
I still have to like really pull all the plants out, like the basil, the tomatoes, the sunflowers, pretty much everything.
Okay, so what did you guys use to cut down? Did Tony cut the sunflowers down?
What did you use to cut the sunflowers down? Did you use a chainsaw? What did you use? A machete.
Oh, use a machete. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess. I guess.
Sounds like Crocodile Dundee over here.
Well, I mean, to be quite honest, especially once the stems start drying out, What did your husband say?
He said he was cutting down the northern part of the Amazon over here.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I'm gonna have to use my pole saw to cut the sunflower down because no, I think I will because that stem is so thick that I just don't think that using my hori knife is gonna do much good. I mean, I could probably cut it, but it's gonna take me forever to do it. So I think I'm gonna use that.
Seeds out in the woods for the birds.
Who wants the seeds in the woods? We need those.
He put the seeds in the woods.
Yeah, the sunflower seeds, the ones that actually come off the sunflowers. I was originally thinking of the ones that we used to plant, but because he hunts too, so figure if he puts those out in the woods and it'll attract more and.
So the birds, these are birds like that way they're not just eating corn.
Well, you want to join in on the podcast?
Well, you're probably.
The point is, they give the birds something to eat so they're not just eating corn.
He's making sure they have a good palate of food.
Okay. Okay. So, what was your favorite shrub, if you have one?
I actually don't have one, believe it or not. We don't have any shrubs other than we have the Japanese. Yeah. We have a Japanese willow, but they're not even considered shrubs, really. They're really small. Well, I guess they could be. The two Japanese plants that we have out front, the Japanese willow plants. That's true, too.
You don't have any hydrangeas or anything?
No. Yeah.
What about, do you have any roses?
No roses. We have sunflowers and tiger lilies on the side of the house, and then that small little flower garden where the peonies are, and like a couple of there's some tiger lilies in that one as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then in the front yard we have two Japanese willow plants.
I mean, hold on a second. I gotta look this up because I don't think I've known.
Huh? I know.
So Japanese willow. Hang on, let me look at that.
I think it's a Japanese. Yeah, we have daffodils, but I think everybody has daffodils.
Yeah, there's wax plates, I think they're called.
The little wax. Yeah.
Wait, what's he saying about wax types?
There's these bushes that we got. They look like they're wax. The leaves are so thick they look like little wax bushes.
Okay. And what type of
flower? I don't know what it's called.
Salix integra. That's what we have in the front yard.
Salix. Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, it's an Asian willow tree.
Okay. Oh yeah. I did look that up. Well, they do. Some of them do consider it to be a bush. So that I'm assuming that's deciduous.
Yes.
Okay.
So I planted one, I want to say about like 4 or 5 years ago, and it did so well. I was like, we have that other spot where we had a bird bath, and I said, let's put the bird bath in the backyard. We'll stick it next to the shed and figure out what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And turn that into a square, and decided to put another of the same tree there that we got from Dambley's in Berlin, and they're both the same size scale.
Oh wow!
Like I did them a year apart, and they're exactly the same size as one another.
Okay.
And they're gorgeous now still. I mean, they still look really good. Yeah, we try to cut them back so they don't get too huge, but they can get pretty big, like you can see from the pictures.
Oh, okay.
But we do try to cut them back so we more so use them as like decorative
Mm-hmm.
plants more so than just like letting them grow to see how big they get.
Uh-huh. Oh, so what about your favorite tree?
Our fig tree. That's my favorite one.
Are you still pulling figs off your tree?
Yeah, Mason actually just picked one. I want to say it was last Saturday or Sunday. He found a ripe one on it and picked it off and plopped it in his mouth. So yeah, it's still a couple figs here and there.
Okay. How long will it continue to fruit?
It'll continue to fruit until the first hard freeze.
Okay.
Or hard frost.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is
Until the
that
first hard frost, and there's still green ones on there that still haven't turned purple. And if the weather keeps going the way that it is, we'll probably be getting figs to Thanksgiving.
does it usually go that long?
2 years ago was the first year we started getting fruit on it.
Okay.
Last year it was a little bit more. This year was like the fully productive season.
Right.
So I'm basically taking it for what it is and picking what we have. Because like I said, Mason will eat them. He thinks it's sugar.
Right.
Like he calls it sugar. And I'm like, and we have all that jelly that we made out of it too. So, and it's so versatile. I'll keep picking figs off of it until there's no more left to pick.
All right. Florence says that she has figs on her tree too. So Florence, and actually she also commented that the birds love sunflowers because it's fattening the birds for winter. Okay. So Florence, what type of fig tree do you have, Florence? And Heather, what type of fig tree do you have?
We have a purple. What is it? A purple Italian purple fig tree?
I just know they're purple figs.
Yeah, they're purple figs. We actually, what had happened is that we were living in Hamilton before we bought our house, and behind the condo that we were living in, there was like a fully mature fig tree. This thing was like 2 stories tall, so it's basically like the community fig tree. And when we bought this house, we picked a branch off of it, or what's called a sprig, and planted it in a planter and let it mature that way. And then we planted it in the backyard after about like a year or so when it finally rooted itself. And so I really couldn't tell you other than the fact it's purple figs.
Oh, okay. I
mean, you saw the size of them. So they're about like the size of like a $50, I guess. And that like real rich purple color with the bright red in the middle. And then we also just got a white fig tree from a friend of ours that we also just planted.
Okay. So Florence is saying that she has Turkey, Black Mission, and Shore House fig. So hey guys, let me take a station identification break because my dog apparently needs some water. I can hear him clanking his bowl from here. Hang on for 1 second.
The figs we had were Black Mission figs.
Okay, listeners, I'm back after that. Somebody on YouTube saying something. So hello. Hi, F4. Okay, so let's see. We have. Okay, so on Facebook we have F417H. I feel like that should stand for something, and I probably should know it, and I don't. Okay, so let's see. Favorite flower is all cornflowers. Oh, cornflower. Oh, is that why am I? Oh, Faith. Okay, hi Faith. Okay, I knew I should know. I should know what F417H. Okay, so cornflowers. Is there another name for cornflowers, Faith? Because I feel like there is. And oh, wait a minute. Is that yes, I know. Yes, corn. Yeah, why am I drawing a blank on this? I grew this last year. Because I think they can also be known as bachelor buttons, right? Faith. Okay. Echinacea. Echinacea, really? Cornflowers? Okay. Okay, actually, did grow a lot of echinacea. Now, hey, Heather, can you say something?
Sure. What's up?
Okay. Hey, Faith, can you hear Heather, the other caller, on right now? And if so, are you getting any feedback? I guess I'll have to wait for a response. Okay. Okay, so yes, Faith can, oh, good. This is actually working. Yes. Okay, so Faith, what is your favorite echinacea? Was there a particular type that you bought that you liked? And let's see. Oh no, it's smooth. Okay. Oh, it's smooth. Okay, the sound is smooth. Okay, cool. I forgot on YouTube there's a time lag to this. Okay. So Cheeky Burger, who's Florence, says that's how all Italians get their fig trees. We just keep giving them to everybody who wants a fig tree. Okay. So
That is so true in every sense of the term.
hey, now, Florence, with the fig trees, do you have different varieties? Does it increase the yields on the fig tree? Okay, I'll wait for Florence's response. And while I'm doing that, Faith says that she had purple and your mom grew pink. Okay, and yes, I'm streaming very smoothly. Okay, good. I'm glad this is working well. Okay, so you had the purple echinacea. So Faith, well, first off, Faith, where do you garden? This whole thing. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Cheeky Bugger is back. Okay, Florence, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I had to call in because I can't type. My typing thing doesn't work.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, we have 9 fig trees, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 different types.
Okay.
And that's between me and my brother. And like I said, we have the brown turkey, which is the purple fig.
Mm-hmm.
The black mission is the one that I got from Cook's College in 2007. I got a little 10-inch stick, and I paid $10 for it, and now it's a huge tree up to the gutters. It's beautiful. And then the other one is a greenish with a little bit of pink down in the bottom of the belly where the like the belly button is.
Mm-hmm.
And that is twice the size of a turkey fig.
Okay.
And very, very sweet. I don't know the name of that. I've been trying to figure it out by looking at all the different types. The leaves are different than the regular figs. They're cut more like a hand and fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't figure out specifically the name. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. There's so many different types of figs. So that one we call the Shore House fig because my mom started with that fig at the Shore House and then moved it to Bedford.
So now
we have a lot of them.
So now with figs, do you need more than one variety for like cross pollination?
No. Now, so I read that every fig you're eating a wasp because the wasp needs to pollinate the fig. But then I also read that is not true because in our area, we don't have those wasps.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, the tree, there is no male and female fig.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fig tree. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I haven't found, I haven't even seen a flower on a fig.
Okay.
For it to pollinate and stuff. It just starts producing. Now, what we call ifalacha, that's Italian, is the figs that come first.
Mhm.
They're the ones that are left on the plant from the previous year.
Mhm.
It's like a little bud, and they come out first, and they're bigger and they're more flavorful. And then in August, the normal crop of figs come up.
Mhm.
Now, the different fig trees that we have, the black fig tree that I have puts a fig out at every leaf.
Okay.
The white fig tree might do a dozen or 2 dozen figs for the whole season.
Mhm.
And they're light green, very big, very sweet, like honey. You
Okay.
get very a limited amount of figs off of that tree. The turkey fig doesn't produce as much as the black one, but it does give a nice, amount of figs, and they're the smaller figs. They're the purpley colored ones. I started picking figs the beginning of August, like August 2nd or so,
Mhm.
the end of July, and I still have figs on my tree, the one that I call the shore house tree,
Mhm.
and they're big. They're the size of meatballs,
Oh,
They're
okay.
good size figs. They're good size figs, and I've been giving figs out all summer to everybody. And I've also given trees out to, because as the fig tree gets big, it's probably, this one here is probably a good 12 feet wide, 15 feet wide.
Okay.
And they just keep, reaching out and stretching, and a spike will come up. So I will dig them up and, give a 3 or 4 foot plant away to, it might be just one.
Okay, well, wait.
branch,
Well,
but-
wait. Where's mine though? Because like you live in Medford, like
I stopped by the other day and I wanted to make friends, but you seemed a little busy and stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
would
it's
love for you to come and see my yard and see if there's anything.
well, Florence, when you came by, like, because I work from home, so I was like I was working, so I was just like, so I was trying to be nice, but I was like, because I think I was like. Oh, you know what? I think I was on the phone with actually one of my secretaries, and I'm like, okay, I gotta take this off. But yeah, no, that's fine.
Sorry.
So anyway, Faith is on used to no, she's on YouTube, and so she is from, let's see, she told me, hold on, I gotta scroll back. She is from in Western Canada, the 100th Meridian, South Alberta. And let's see. Oh, she said, I asked what her favorite annual flower. She said hollyhocks, and then she said I grow my entire front yard in hibiscus, and they get 10 feet tall. Wow. Well, yeah, hollyhocks do get tall. Now, Faith, did you grow your hollyhocks from seed, or did you get plants? And Faith thinks that we're funny. Yes. Yeah, so Faith, Heather works with me, and Florence lives in the same town as I do. So, yeah, so I Florence actually stopped by my house the other week. So, I actually know the 2 people who were on the air. So that's why, let's see. Oh, she said it's all seeded. So now, Florence, I got a question for you, because I know Heather had a ridiculous amount of figs, and she's been making jam. She's got jam coming out of her eyeballs. So tell us some recipes you can do for figs.
Okay. Well, everybody wants to do the fig grilled with a little bit of gorgonzola and wrapped in bacon.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Okay, that sounds good. All right.
What I do is
okay, everybody, get your pens and papers ready, because we're gonna get some recipes, y'all. Okay.
I go to Aldi's and I buy the flatbread. There's 2 in a wrapper.
Okay.
Okay. And I lightly brush grapeseed oil on top of it.
Okay.
Then I lay 4 slices of prosciutto. It's perfect on top of it.
Okay.
And then I get the fig that I'll either slice it up with a paring knife, cut it real thin and stuff, and lay it all across on top of the prosciutto. And then I put blue cheese, crumbled blue cheese all over it. And Trader Joe has this wonderful grape glaze with balsamic in it. And I swirl that all over the top of it. And I stick it in the, I have one of those Ninja air fried toaster oven type things. And I cook that up, and then I just cut it in like on an angle to make, long, thin triangles.
Right.
Or I just recently went to my friend's house. We had like a ladies get together where everybody brought something, and I cut it straight down the middle and then made cubes out of it and stuff. And it was a great hit. Everybody really loved it. So that goes over really well. I also cook the figs. And then throw them on a cookie sheet and put them in the oven and have them reduce. First I throw them in a microwave, chop them all up, and I put them on a cookie sheet in the oven, have them reduce so they're sort of like a thin, not quite like a fruit roll-up kind of thing. And then I scrape it off and put it in a zippy bag and freeze it that way. Because I don't like making the jelly. You put too much sugar and pectin and all that stuff. This way it's just the fig.
Okay, so sorry, Heather. I heard a lot of background noise. So I turned off your mic. So Heather,
out and they just
so by the way, Heather, is like a fruit roll up type thing with the fig something Mason would like?
Yeah, he's one of those children. I'm kind of thankful that he has the palate that he has, because he'll try anything once. If he sees somebody eating it, he'll want to try it. So he'll definitely, and especially with there being prosciutto on it, like he loves deli meat. Like you wouldn't even believe, like pepperoni, salami. It doesn't even make a difference as long as it's not overly spicy. But I know for a fact he likes prosciutto. We've had it in our house like on the holidays, and he'll tear into it like nothing else.
So right now we've got a flatbread with some prosciutto and some figs. We've got a fig fruit roll up. And what else do you do with the figs, Florence? Because I can see right now, because I'll tell you about the recipe I did recently. I did meatballs. And so I did a Moroccan fig meatball. So I just got regular meatballs from the store. I took the fig jam and I heated it up till it liquefied. And I'm trying to think, I think I may have added some salt and pepper. And what's the other thing they told you to add? I think I may have added a little bit of tomato paste and some water to get it. And I just like kind of boiled it, did it kind of thick. And then I put the meatballs in it. But the next time I do it, I'm actually, to give it to a more Mediterranean flair, I'm going to add pomegranate molasses to that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was going to say honey. But pomegranate molasses are good. Good.
I was thinking honey too, actually. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Honey might actually work.
Yeah.
But it's just that I bought some. There's this Florence, have you been to that Lebanese place, Dory's Mediterranean Grill?
No, I have not.
Okay, it's in Ironstone Village.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know where that's at. I don't I don't go venturing out too much because of the COVID and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I kind of like, I go food shopping like once every 2-3 weeks kind of thing,
right.
And then I'm just, in the house kind of.
Well, you know what? I still do takeout. I do take up, but and you can order their stuff online. But Dory is from Lebanon, and he makes this. It's called sambusak, and it is almost like it's like a pastry. And some of it, they have cheese sambusak, which I like. It's almost kind of like, it's like a mozzarella stick, except for it's not breaded, and it's much better than a mozzarella stick. It's what a mozzarella stick wishes it could be. It dreams of being in its little dreams. And then and then they have a beef one, and the beef one is mixed with pomegranate molasses. And it just has it's really delicious. Okay. And so Nikki from Everyday Life of an OCD Chick. So hi Nikki, how you doing? So Nikki, I know you're just joining us now, but today's show is what's your favorite flower? So I would like to know, what was your favorite annual? What was your favorite perennial? What was your favorite shrub? What's your favorite tree? And an idea for the next call-in show. Now, just so you know, Nikki, I'm also on Podbean, and you're going to hear some people talking. Podbean actually allows you to call in and ask and actually talk to me. And I'm going to see if I can't put the link in the chat in case you feel like calling in and chatting, because everybody's calling in and chatting right now. So we are talking about, we've been talking about fig trees right now, and Florence, who's on the line, is telling us some recipes. We're going over recipes for all the things you can do with figs, because I know like Heather had a lot, and so you know how it is when you get inundated with figs. You need somewhere to need somewhere to cook them. So I'm putting the link right now in the and you have to Nikki, if you want to join in on the show, you have to, it's an app for your phone. You can use your Facebook credentials to log in. Okay, so your favorite flowers: begonias and stargazer lily. Okay, so Nikki, which is there a specific type of begonia? Because from what I've been seeing, I haven't really been into begonias, but they have like a devoted following. And people really get into their begonias. I guess that's like anything. So if you could tell me what's your favorite, if there's a specific begonia that you liked. Or maybe she's logging on, because actually, Nikki, I really want to hear about your garden, because I know you were over there planting stuff. So Florence, to get back to the Dory's Grill, Mediterranean Grill. And I'll have to let them know I gave you a shout out on my podcast, y'all. If you have not been there, it's in the Ironstone Village. Like I said, you can order online and do takeout. They have baklava, which I absolutely love. And everything is made, on premises. It's all, it's all fresh. As a matter of fact, I think I know at one point they were growing their own herbs. Okay, so Nikki says, let's see. Oh, Fiona, my brown turkey fig was prolific this year. Yeah. Oh, and Faith clicked the bell. Yay! She clicked the notification bell. Okay. So, Nikki, do you have a recipe? Oh, so the begonias are the ones you find at Home Depot or Lowe's. They have them every year. And Faith says baklava is a favorite. Okay, so Nikki, with your figs, is there any recipe you make with the figs you got off your tray? Okay, so we'll wait for a response. Yeah, there's I think there's like a 60-second time delay. Like when I ask a question or something, it's like it takes 60 seconds for it to go through on Facebook. It's not like it's not quite as simultaneous as whatchamacallit, Podbean.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Is she talking about the Rex begonias, or is she just talking about the general begonias that people plant in their, like landscape and edge the garden type of thing?
She said they're the ones, I'll be quite honest, I'm not really into begonias. So she said they're the ones that you find at Home Depot or Lowe's. Which kind? I don't pay attention to those in Lowe's.
Yeah, no, Home Depot and Lowe's does have some really nice Rex begonias. They're the fancy ones that have like the spiral leaf.
Okay.
I think they're called snail begonias.
Okay.
And and they have the ones that are like purple and like a dark burgundy with almost like silver
Right.
going through it and stuff. I like those, but I don't know, I don't know about putting them in your landscaping,
Oh, you mean
I'm curious.
Are you talking about the begonia rex?
Just so you know, Black Mason's joined in on the conversation.
Hi, Mason. Okay, so Nikki from Everyday Life of an OCD Chick says right now she's just eating her figs straight up, and this is her first year harvesting them. Okay, so this is her first year. Okay, so Nikki, I don't know if you were here when Florence was going over recipes, but she does a flatbread with like 4 pieces of prosciutto, and I know I slaughtered that pronunciation, Florence, but I'm not Italian, so I'm sorry. And then she does like she does some fig, and I think she slices up the flatbread, and she says it goes down really well with everybody. And then she does like she chops up the figs and almost like reduces them and kind of makes a fruit roll up. So that's something you might want to try. And then I talked about the fact that I did a Moroccan fig meatball. Oh, I forgot with that meatball recipe. I forgot to tell you that you do put cinnamon in it. That's something you got to do. Okay, so Faith says the roll up sound perfect. And okay, so Nikki says the begonias, I'm assuming that she gets are usually red, pink, or white. So
they're the standard ones,
okay, so those are the standard. So but I'm sure Nikki is always looking for other types of flowers, because that's why we're here. So about what is because I noticed people say begonias, and I got begonia rexes, and people are extraordinarily excited about it. So what is it about begonia rex that just gets their motor going?
I think the color and the what's it called, striation, where they kind of like curl around and have that that like a swirl design to them and stuff.
Is that on the leaf or the flower?
They're beautiful. Yeah.
Wait,
is beautiful.
Is the striation on the leaf or the flower?
The leaves. The leaves are serrated on the edges, and they have like some of them that on the edge might be like a burgundy, and then in the inside will be like a silver and a pink. They're just beautiful. I've tried them numerous times as indoor plants and stuff.
Right.
And they start out nice and
oops. Uh-oh. So okay, guys, so it looks like Podbean just kicked out all of my listeners. I thought I had a 2-hour time limit. Apparently, it's a 1-hour time limit. So I do apologize for that, but I'm going to read Nikki's comment. And Nikki says that she gets begonia, dragon wing, and wax begonia. So that is so weird. Well, I mean, Nikki, your response is not weird. What is weird is that everybody just got kicked out of Podbean. Hold on a second. One person's texting me. Let's see. I'm telling her to try signing back on. I'm not sure what happened just now. Okay. That's I know. You know what, Faith? The last time I did one of these, we were on for 2 hours before it kicked everybody up. Okay, so the Rex begonia reminds you of Coleus. Yeah, I guess it kind of does. Yeah, it's just I know like some of the garden centers I've been to, people get really excited about. Okay, Florence is trying to text me. Try signing back in. Okay. I'm not really sure what's going on with not really sure what's going on with my live stream here. So sorry to everybody who got kicked out. I don't know, maybe they're still mad at me because the last one that I did they felt was too long. Let's see if I can actually click on this one. That is so weird. Okay, well, so I'm just talking to everybody here. So let's see. Okay, well, yeah, Faith, it was nice meeting you too. And Nikki, it's nice seeing you again. I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes to see if, I don't think the other two people are going to be able to get back in. So, hold on a second. Okay, I'm getting all kinds of text messages that's not related to this. Let's see. Okay, so wow. Okay, so apparently Podbean decided that my podcast is finished and it says the show's ended. So so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off of Podbean since we're done there. Thanks to everybody who participated on Podbean. We'll definitely do this again. And let's see, I'm finished this live show. Okay. And to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, thank you for doing this. Like I said, I wasn't sure if this was going to work. I wasn't sure if I was going to get any feedback. So I'm going to sign off. The live from Facebook will be probably available in the next couple hours. If you guys want to go over to Podbean, to my podcast, I do have some other episodes. I'm reviewing all the plants that I grew from seed. If you guys didn't catch the first part of it, I put about 100 different varieties of plants in the ground. 95% of the plants I grew from seed. So I'm actually reviewing each of the plants by plants because I grew them from seed because you can't find them in the store. So if you're interested to see all the different varieties of, sunflower, sweet pea, and that sort of thing, you hop on to Podbean. I did an episode on sunflower. I did 7 varieties of sunflower. I did an episode on sweet pea. I tried starting like 10 plus varieties of sweet pea. This coming week, I'm going to be putting up an episode on the heirloom chrysanthemums that I got from Bluestone Perennial. There's 5 of them. I have a lot more, heirloom chrysanthemums I'm going to be reviewing. I still have things like, hollyhock, because I grew several different types, verbascum and all those other things. So that's all yet to come. And of course, poppies. So you might want to jump on for that. And let's see. Nikki, how often do I go live? You know what? I'm trying to do live podcasts. Well, during the summer, I was doing it every other month just because I was so busy. I'm going to try to do one next month. I'm still trying to figure out what a topic. So when I do it, I usually do announce it on my channel, and a lot of my videos will have like a little tag showing what the next podcast, when it's going to be, and the topic of the podcast. And then I'm in spring, I'm hoping to do a little bit more Q&A on actual gardening, because I know in spring is when a lot of people are starting their gardens, and they're probably going to have more questions. Next month I may just do a Q&A on if anybody wanted to ask questions about the plants that I've been showing in my videos. In December I thought it would be nice to do like a Q&A on I guess like gardening. Maybe we'll have a discussion on, what you think a great gift for a gardener would be, that sort of thing. And we'll play it by ear. But meanwhile, I will be uploading regular episodes on the podcast. Hang on for a second. Hang on for a second. Heather is trying to sign back in. Oops. Hang on. Ended the podcast. Tube. But I'm signing. Hold on. Yeah, I need to get like a tech person to do this while I'm doing this. So yeah, I know I could do live. I just, and do a certain time. It's just that I don't know. It's just I tend to be. It's just because I'm in real life. I'm an attorney, so it's really doing lives. It's hard to do them so regularly because I could be starting a trial, and I just get really busy. So I try to do them, once at least once a month. But so I can actually know I can maintain the schedule, and rather than having to tell people, oh, by the way, guys, I canceled it, I can't keep canceling because I have uh, because I have work commitments. But that's okay. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me for tonight's live podcast. Once again, you can find it on YouTube, you can find it on Podbean. I will be uploading a video tomorrow on on the channel. Can't even remember what project I'm working on in the yard. And I will see you guys in the next video or the next podcast. So good night. Oh, okay.